my people, una good morning. My name na Ali Baba. I say make I just wake up this morning, make I greet una. As una day this morning, so may God dey bless una. Una banga go ripe. As it be so, una no go use leg knack stone when go cost una wahala. The stone when una go kick na the one when go make una get better money. You know say dem talk say if you use right leg kick something, better dey happen. Una left leg no go hit wetin go make una disturb una self. And I dey greet una. Una well done. Una dey watch this good morning show. May God bless all of una and una banga go ripe as I talk. Now Ali Baba say make I greet una so. Carry go.
All right, welcome back. Now, time for us to discuss our top story of the day. And we get people from this Kajat group, whether they call themselves Generation for Societal Change. Now, what is this one they made up of or consist of, and what that they do to actually bring change for inside Nigeria? There goes on just more. Join me, welcome Idara Ntewo and Oladeji Oluwaseyi inside the house. Good to have you.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Uwe.
Welcome, Idara. We're happy today.
Show for your face. Seriously. Show for your face. And very quickly, Idara, we'll be meet for social media week.
Yeah.
I know I've been meet you there. You've been telling me some of the things where GSC, that's a Generation for Societal Change, been they do for different parts of Nigeria. So we would like to make you, just touch us more about some of the things we do. How we take start. First of all, what is Generation for Societal Change?
Well, too plenty. Generation for Societal Change simply means, what GSC stands for is Generation for Societal Change. And what we do, we say, we educate youth, especially students, primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions on how they go build up their value system. You will realize, say, if we look Nigeria from a very broad perspective, examples not today. If you look at the news, for instance, education, a pass level for English and Maths now waiting 17%. That kind of thing, they give anybody any level of hope for the future. Graduates, they finish from school, nobody they see work do, all those kind of parole. So what they basically do now to motivate, inspire, educate youths on why they need to imbibe certain levels of value. You won't go work, you won't find work, for instance. Yes. They say job, no day, job, no day, job, no day. But inside that job, no day, people see they see job, people see they see work. Why? Because after the certificate, you don't get the paper finished. Waiting be the value where you guys put behind that paper to give you the job where you define. So now basically what they try to do. So they reach out to students for schools, universities, we go on radio, we go on TV, like where we did here today. Also, we organize a seminar, symposia for students. And then we organize book clubs, get students to, come together. They talk about some of these issues. They try highlight examples of waiting people will get these positive values, where they use them to their benefit, how their life they be. Army Children's School, and this year, for instance, we've gone to a Hopek Secondary School, and then what's this other, King's Light for that Egbe side. So that's basically what we do, educating youths, trying to drive the value message back home.
All right, so let me talk to you, Idara. Why is it important for you to educate youth on imbibing or getting the skill of value? Why? Why is it important?
Okay, for us as a nation, we've started at a point where we've gotten to a precipice where so many people are confused. People, they ask questions, say, how we go do this Niger matter? Everybody don't tire, everywhere don't frustrate. Say, how we go solve this our problem? And the fundamental issue for us at Generation for Societal Change is where we got it wrong with our value system. And we cannot fix those political elite or business elite of now. What we can do is to do a reverse engineering, if you like, and go back to the younger generation that are still in their formative years and tell them that in the next 10 to 15, 20 years, this is what will be obtainable for Nigeria to be able to compete on the global stage. For Nigeria to attain and achieve our potentials, we must be able to identify the values that define us as a people. And that's what you see in the world giants, economic giants of the world, from Germany to the US to China. You see something that is common to them, regardless of where they come from, right? And that's what we are trying to say in Nigeria, that for Nigeria to transform, we must begin to talk about our value system. And the best point to start is with young people who will lead in the next 10 to 50 years and say, this is the way to go. We can complain all we want about what is happening now, but the truth is, it did not happen overnight. Some people, most of the people that started leading now formed their values many years ago. So if we can begin to fix it at an early age, then we can begin to get it as a nation. So we'll go to secondary schools and we talk about benefits of honesty.
Let me hold you on that, because we talk about education. We will find out when we come back after the break if this was actually lacking, if our educational system did lack teaching the student values. But make we enter inside our... So we always tell them, say breakfast is totally very important.
Really important.
And having a bowl of cereal every morning, they actually make your day start on a good note, just like Bernard. Bernard is looking very happy today.
They help me shine my eye.
We still get Idara Ntewo and Oladeji Oluwaseyi in the house, and then a member of the Generation for Societal Change. And we don't talk about GSC, which it consists of. Now, I say when we come back, we'll talk about our educational sector and if this value will not teach the children, if they actually lack for educational sector.
For Lagos State, for example, we know say they get values education for their curriculum. And for us at Generation for Societal Change, it's away from just the conversation. It's about bringing it to life. It's about exciting young people and telling them, we attend a values workshop and a young man that is not more than maybe 13 or 14 walks up to me and says, thank you, sir, for talking about values in a way I've never heard it before. And that is it for us, because you can stand in front of a blackboard or a marker board and teach young people that you must be honest, you must be truthful, but that cannot sink in except you resonate it in their language. And that's what we try to do as young people.
What language?
There's a language of young people which is trying to use illustrations that they connect with on their everyday life, right? On what they play with, on what they interact with on a daily basis, on the things that excite their age group. So if you start with those kind of illustrations and stories and conversation, then you get their attention. Then you can connect and pass on the message. And that's what they will likely not get in class. So the teacher will likely just...
But is it sad that they cannot get that in class?
Yes, they can make an effort. Maybe the class will create a balance as to if you come, there are schools that we have gone to. We've gone to a couple of public schools and they do what they call civic education. And their civic education, there's something around values and all of that. But you don't see it play out. You don't see these children want to practice and live out these things. And that's because the teachers have not been able to take it beyond what is being taught in the classroom. That is something they need to live out daily. And the thing is, if you don't show a future to people, then there's nothing they can aspire to. So what we try to do is to take them from the now and say, it's not about where you are now. It's about where you will be in the next 30 to 50 years. And that's what excites us at JSC, that we're engaging young people that will be around for at least the next 50 years. And that can transform the narratives for Nigeria about talking about values. So that for us is what excites us, that we are changing and influencing young people who will be around for the next 50 years. If we are lucky, some of us here will be. But the point is,
we all will be.
Hopefully, yes. But the point is, of course, based on life expectancy of Nigeria.
I don't care about that.
Okay, of course, you break the odds. I hope you stay to 100. That would be nice. So you can tell them
105,
right?
105.
You know, so the point is, we've been doing this since 2011, where we go to secondary schools, we engage students of higher institutions, like Idara said, on these values. And it's been exciting. So many people say, what do we talk about when we talk about benefits of hard work, of integrity? I can do that for 10 hours. There was a time, I remember we went to a school and we had spoken for about 2 to 3 hours, and someone came to me to prompt me that we need to round up. I'm like, wow. So the point is, there are life examples to excite these young people about. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed at how this has transformed young people in schools. Directly, we've reached both in secondary schools, tertiary institutions, and and tutorial centers. Like we talked about JAMB and all of that, preparing for your exams. And we've engaged young people well over 10,000 directly in these
now,
institutions. Yes.
From everything we don't talk, it shows say the work when I do plenty, no be small thing at all. But as you don't talk now, me I want to know, you know, how vast is your reach? GST now, which areas you don't cover? And I'm directing this to you, Idara. We know, of course, say sometimes the person to do this kind of matter. Coverage is also a big deal. Yeah. We don't know whether you they extend this thing past Lagos or not just within Lagos or just in this in the southwestern sub-region of Nigeria. What is your reach like? Which area we don't go?
Omar, we don't go far.
How far?
Very far. We're in Lagos. We have GSC in Lagos, Unilag, of course, because basically GSC started as a student organization, and then some students graduated, became workers, and carried the message beyond that. So we're in Lagos, we're in Abuja, we're in Bonny, we're in Jos. We are having challenges getting members in the core, northeast and northwest. But we believe that with time, as we spread, because where we are right now, we are having children where we don't mentor, where we don't coach, for secondary schools, where they enter and we say, oh, I beg, sir, this school where they go, GSC did there. We say, you know, but if you start them, you know, this kind of excitement they did there, but oh, how can I start? Okay, go meet with Dean of Student Affairs, you know, meet university authorities, now like this, and I will, you know, take a sort amount. You know, nothing good comes easy. The journey of 1,000 miles, like Englishman, they talk, it starts in a day. So we started, I think, about 2014, and the journey has been very fantastic so far. And then we are hoping that our level of activity, in a place like Abuja, for instance, GSC, we get a partnership with National Orientation Agency, where we take, you know, help train PEMSEX and other high-placed public servants like that, you know, because basically it's not just in the news. We want you to hear. We want you to hear. You know, people doing great things in your personal lives. Out of this, we're just having a chat, you know, a couple of minutes ago, and basically, what are we talking about? The governance down at the base, down at the core of your organization. Are you living by these values? Not be to come stand. Okay, we don't declare profits. How will I declare the profit? Who na key? Some people never pay some people staff salary, you know, your staff know they happy. So all these values now from small they start. If you know sort them out now where the you know picking just they grow. By the time you don't master them now, another thing we talk about.
Now talking about paying of staff salaries now, as they talk, they say the church cannot be built on Hail Mary. So going back to GSC now, we know so all this waka waka, no be talk now they do them. Where do you get your funding from? How are you sponsored? How do they move from here go Calabar, from here go Kaduna, from here go Abuja? How do they do them? Is this? I know that this GSC is supposed to be, you know, exactly,
giving
you know, giving back to society. It's supposed to be a non-profit. You know, organization.
No, supposed now. Wait till
non-profit organization. But even non-profit organization safe.
You still need to survive.
No,
you need to pay your
facilitator.
Now,
for you to work out from here, go there. So, and we want to check when they pay on themselves salary. How?
No. We are not get money for the fly for money.
Make I answer that question small. You see, if you do something where we say your mind they inside them, whether you chop, you know chop, you know they remember. Much later,
I would like to do something.
No, you go. Much later, hunger feel can't catch you, you know. But when you're doing something you are highly passionate about, rewards, immediate rewards, are not really what you look out for.
Well, we're not talking about immediate rewards now. This has been for years.
I understand. As an NGO, what our key performance indicators are? How many children we are able to reach? What is our level of feedback? What is our callback rate? You go to a school this year, do they want you to come back again? Do they recommend you for more partnerships for you to keep spreading these values? Are you able to have, right now, we have gone to a stage where we are looking for examples. We have used people in society who have done well, keeping values. We want to begin to bring out some of these children from among themselves who are now doing great things, saying, okay, you mentor peer-to-peer education, you mentor other young people who are, you know, right now coming up. So basically, because we do this out of passion, it is basically sponsored from among ourselves. Some of us are working, some of us are still students in the university. Like I said, we have an active branch in Unilag, and we're also on Unilag Radio. at least fortnightly on Unilag Radio. So that's basically how we run. We don't solicit for funds. We don't. I think we even had that as a challenge when we went to the Ministry of Education in Lagos State. We were trying to get a partnership such that we could reach as many public schools on a larger scale as possible. They ask us, waiting on our account balance. You know, more see on our balance sheets. Your year ending June or July. Waiting when I post as profit. Because they tell us, this day they run. We know they run like this. We are strictly going out to ensure that the challenges we had growing up, those who are coming up do not have these challenges. And even if they have it, they should have examples they can look up to and say, oh, these people don't do this thing, or they pass and they do them very well, based on waiting that they share with us. So we emulate waiting that they follow us talk.
All right, now you talk say some of our school, see they for inside school, your students, some of them they work. Now let's talk about your individual experiences working for Generation for Societal Change. Let me start with you. I get your name well. Sheyi. Yes.
I would say that for me, Generation for Societal Change, the first time I came in contact with Generation, I was doing my internship at the time in 2011 at Nigeria LNG. Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas in Bonny Island. So it was just a couple of
You're
young...
chopping money just to say that.
You're drinking oil.
I was drinking gas. I was in daily gas.
Yeah, but there's insurance for that.
And it was during this period in 2011 that I met these young professionals, young engineers who were just passionate about helping kids in the Bonny Island community. And they were taking extramural classes with them. And we just wanted to help those kids because we had heard so much story about the Niger Delta, and we're just a couple of interns and wanted to make a difference. And that was how, we came in contact with Generation for Societal Change. So the way it works, to take it from Idara, is that the financing is just from individuals who are committed, who give in their few thousands every month or every quarter to say, let us do workshops. And really, it has not been easy. And it takes a lot of discipline and drive, like you said, passion to do this. Because it is just individual monies that I call friends, I call people in my network, I need to do a workshop. Sometimes we give out books to these young people. So we go to a school, we decide we want to give out 20 to 30 books, inspirational books, just to further amplify the message of values.
You buy these books?
We buy these books.
Yeah. Still from your personal purse?
From individual pockets. Wow. And we crowd this money here and there, and before you know, we have a good amount. And really, there's a quote that says that never doubt the difference a few great minds can make if they actually put their acts together. So, and that's what has happened with Generation for Societal Change. Just a few people, we're not more than 50 volunteers really, that nobody gets paid on Generation. So I have a 9-to-5 job that I do. So some people doubt that. They're like, is this your full-time job or your part-time job? This is really, part-time for me. And I'm happy with the kind of job that I have. It allows me to balance this, that occasionally I can time out and come on air that I'm doing right now.
Are you still in the oil sector?
I would not answer that. I would not answer that.
But I still want to ask that.
No, you're not wrong, because if you say yes, I was going to ask, are you recruiting?
But really, so the not-for-profit that we do at Generation for Society is just individuals who are committed to, giving their. So my experience has been really transformational. So it's inspiring to imagine that just when you are trying to change people, you yourself are changing in dimensions you cannot explain. And every time I go, or we go to a workshop and we engage these young people, you leave there feeling. Money cannot explain it. There's no word to put to it. How you feel so fulfilled. There's this inner satisfaction and joy that you see their face lit with excitement that they see a brighter tomorrow just because you engage them for 30 minutes in their school.
Do you do follow-up? Because now you're training the students and there's this send them back to the society where now they train them on value. So do you do follow-up on this students?
What we get initiative where we call values ambassador. So what we do is after we engage them, they always now pick some of them we go come be influencers to their own mates. And it is those people that occasionally we follow up on. And I'll be very honest here that yes, follow-up has not been something that we have gotten to a satisfactory level that we would want based on the capacity and resources that we have, knowing that a lot of people on the Generation for Societal Change are on part-time, like those volunteers when they can time out of their work schedule to come and help. So we've not been able to perfect it, but to the extent that we can go back to some of these schools from time to time to check on these kids, we do that follow-up to make sure that they stay on message and they try to live out some of the values that we have actually taught.
Very nice one. Idara, tell us about your experience. That's how you breathe.
Tell them how I met you at University of Lagos.
Yeah. Where do I start? Okay, so I knew Shay in Unilag. He was ahead of me in school, and we had met on a couple of occasions. Unilag's debate platform, and then he became in charge of the oratory and I think Prodigy, of debaters of the University of Lagos Engineering Society, and. On this day, one of my classmates just ran into class and was like, Heidi Hafa, we dey go radio. Be like, say, we need one extra person. I beg. You get time. You know, sometimes you get as you dey talk. I say, okay. I just announced, guys, I dey go radio. Guys, come and hail me. I just, you know, I went to Unilag Radio, and I can't forget the topic. It was sexual harassment. And, you know, these are things that, you know, you see every day in universities. You feel, you have, if you're not going through it, you know somebody, or you know somebody who knows somebody who has an issue with sexual harassment. And after that talk that day, I remember people, you know, sending me messages on Facebook and like, I listened to you on radio, and I was like, wow. So that was the first love, and I fell in love with GSC. I started going for workshops with them, and before I knew it, it was just taken. Wow. I would call it a love at first speech. At first speech.
Hope you guys have time for your personal relationship, because now you're doing part-time, you're doing full-time.
Okay.
You have time for a personal relationship.
Personal relationship, you mean love life?
Yes, now.
That kind of ish?
Yes, now.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, it's not that serious.
Absolutely. I have to be serious. All right. Someone is listening.
Well, someone is listening. Auntie, please. Absolutely. Auntie, I'm very absolutely. All right, very quickly. It's been very, very interesting with you guys here on the couch. We would like to continue, but we have absolutely. So we would really like you to share your contacts. Are you on social media? How people go to reach you now? You know, people where they watch you now, where they hear you now, how they will reach you now?
Okay, GSC on Facebook, we are GSC Change. On Twitter, we are also GSC Change. And then our website is generationforstyle.change.com. On Facebook, I'm Idara Ntewo. Twitter, I'm ID Extra. Twitter, I'm ID Extra 07. Then Instagram, I'm also ID Extra 07. So you can follow us.
So you can reach me on Instagram, Shay Inspired, or Shay Oladeji. You can find me on Instagram. On Facebook, Oladeji Oluwaseyi Olawale. You find me on Facebook. Then on Twitter, at Comrade Game. Or Shay Oladeji.
Comrade Game.
At Comrade Game. So I'm a comrade, like, I like these struggle. That's how I started.
I thought it would be something like Shay Oil and Gas.
No,
well, it's
not that kind of
It's very, very interesting.
No, it's very important. We have to say that.
Yeah.
O&G.
OIG, right?
After all. Anyway, thank you guys for coming here. Very, very interesting topic. Now we don't get with you now. We do hope, say, GSC, Generation for Societal Change, go for spread where we pass, where you don't do already. But now here we go into bar break before our producer come inside here, come push all of us.
And also, if you want volunteer, you can reach them personally, send them a message, and definitely they will put you through on how to be a volunteer. Thank you so much, Shay and Idara.
Thank you, Uwe. Thank you very much.
All right, my name is Suriman Uwe Ehigamusoy. See you again tomorrow.
Of course, and I'm Bernard Akide. And thank you very, very much for joining us. And it's been lovely for me to sit down on the chair with you without any other person where they disturb us. But Luchi, don't worry, you're not disturbing us. We'll be happy to have you back next week, okay?
Talk about that privately.
All right. Then. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.